problems on Metro North have put the spotlight on safety on the rails. Lawmakers are demanding some big changes when it comes to keeping passengers safe when they step on board a train. News 8's Ken Pierce live at Union Station in New Haven this noon with more on what changes these lawmakers are now demanding. Ken.
Yeah, and Keith, this would affect passenger trains, freight trains. We're talking about proposed federal legislation that would affect all trains all across the U.S., being proposed by a congressman from New York and 3 members of Congress from Connecticut, largely based on the tragedies we've seen on Metro North over the past year.
Tragically, there have been 5 deaths and approximately 129 injuries over the past year alone on Metro North.
It started with the derailment and crash in Bridgeport last May and ended with the deadly derailment in the Bronx December 1st. Metro North is already making changes, and now 3 of Connecticut's U.S. representatives want nationwide changes. The Rail Safety Enforcement Act has 5 parts. One is to put alerters on all trains.
The alerter is an automatic fail-safe device that sounds an alarm when a train engineer seems idle while the train is in motion.
The crash in the Bronx may have been caused by an engineer who fell asleep. The act would also mandate predictable schedules and force railroads to create plans to reduce fatigue. Railroads would also have to get positive train control systems to make sure 2 trains never end up on the same track. The nice thing for anybody who rides Metro North is that, according to the DOT commissioner, the New Haven line is well ahead of the curve when it comes to all of the safety technology this bill talks about, largely because of the big commitment made by Connecticut to investing in those new M8 rail cars.
The New Haven line, this end of the New Haven line, will be first with positive train control, and that's part of our vision for safety on the rail system.
Finally, the act would require shunts, keeping trains off the tracks where employees are working. A worker was killed by a train in West Haven last May. The Congress members say this should all be law already.
In part, this is a failure of political will. We are seeing the results of what happens when things are allowed to slip through the cracks.
And how did it slip through the cracks? Well, Congresswoman Estes says that rail safety legislation was up for renewal in Congress last fall, just as the government shut down. It's got a long way to go before it's going to get renewed or voted on this time around, too. But Congresswoman DeLauro and Congressman Himes got on a train here at Union Station just a few minutes ago to head to D.C. to get to work on it.